What is happening, Carib boys and girls? This is your boy Carib Boy with another Pokemon video, and I am back with the Scarlet and Violet top 10, but this time with Carib Boy's top 10 cards he want to play. Thing to play we talking about here now. What are my top 10 cards that I want to play? And let me tell all you, this was a very hard list. For some reason, I want to play real thing. It's a real thing I want to play with from Scarlet and Violet apparently. And so this was a pretty difficult list to formulate. And who knows, because it was difficult, it might change. But for now, this is what the list stands as. So let me get into it one time. Coming in at number 10 is I'm starting off with archetypes that I tend to gravitate to and I enjoy playing. All right, so it's not really rundown thing, but it's archetypes that I enjoy playing, and I enjoy a kind of control vibes, from other TCG. So my first few top 10s here that you're going to see, it includes that. So coming at number 10, we have Wog Trio with that deck destruction, mill your opponent cards. Yes, I want to find a way how to make this thing work. I am unsuccessful so far in the Pokemon TCG Live. I have real testing to do. I have a partner, he having a more success apparently, so I have to probably take a bill from him. But Wog Trio, deck destruction, control, I want to check that out and go more into that. Coming in at number 9 is another a kind of favorite archetype again, something I have to try to make work. I haven't tried this yet, but I'm putting it on the list because I know I nearly buy a playset of it recently, and that is the Toxicroak EX. Poison. Only I'll leave this Sword and Shield on a high with Eternatus Poison, and I want to see if I could bring Poison back. So Toxicroak EX is there in my top 10. I'm testing it. Only don't be surprised if only see I jump out a tournament with a Toxicroak deck to poison up the place. And we're moving on to number 8. Number 8, I have a card that I find very interesting, and I would like to check it out. Again, not really something I would run down, but if give it the opportunity to get a playset and try it out, I most likely will actually pull one. And that is the Spiderup EX. I see a lot of control potential here in sticking the opponent, increasing the retreat cost, increasing the attack due to that. It has an interesting feel to it. Alright, so Spiderup EX. Coming in at number 7, I have my first pair of cards here. 2 cards that I feel any player should have in their bulk kit collection to take in a deck and see how it's working. And I feel that these cards will get a play. One actually getting real play. That pair of cards coming at number 7 here is Holucha to drop them damage counters. Zigzagoon ain't dead. He is still alive. He's still around. And Klefki with that effect there to help out the scene with them effect fellas. Those guys, those lost zone on them. Alright, so we have a tech there for that. Moving along for number 6 here. These cards are very high in the list, almost in the center. When in fact is things that give him a trouble. It shouldn't be so high, but because they are also favorites of mine, they run up on this list here, so I kind of being biased here. Is another pair, Arcanine EX and Rideon EX. I want these two things to work. Oh my word, I was hoping Rideon come out swinging, but the effect and stuff kind of challenging to make work. Fighting really has so much support right now. It's a difficult scene. Likewise with Arcanine and the fire. Actually, it have some fire support that working out, but Arcanine just a cutting it. So competitively, they're really looking too hot. But his favorites are mine, and if I could at least have a fun deck with them that kind of efficient, that would give a man a challenge, I would make this deck, and I probably will anyway. Have a fun version of these cards in decks to play. Alright, moving along. Number 5. This is a surprise actually, because it is a Pokemon I was not looking at. And I want to big up a brethren, a player in the community here, Butcher, for introducing I can't say me, he introduced the community, and I took his list and played, and I really enjoyed this. So I have this on Pokemon TCG Live, and that is the Oink Alone EX, the big piggy deck that we lovingly and playfully call it. A lockdown, beatdown style, tanky. I don't know how to describe this deck, you know. But the deck playing and swinging hard. I really enjoy the deck. I have a nice unique draw engine with a card that I'm going to call here higher up on the list. Alright, so Oink Alone EX makes it at our number 5. Coming in at number 4 is a favorite of the VGC, the video game, coming across to the TCG with a kind of similar relationship, and I want to make it work. I want to make a fun deck with this, and that is the Dozo and Tatsugiri combo. I want to make a deck with that, and if I could get 3 of the illustration rare Dozo to play, oh my word, I'm blinging that deck out with a play set at that. All right, they go together, and Dozo could swing for some damage depending on Tatsugiri in your discard pile, and I want to see how that works. All right, coming at number 3, I call this my, how you call it? Yeah, kind of like my staple position in the top 10 here. I mentioned a new card that working well with the Oink Alone, and that is the Corvette. That is the Corvette, and Corvette coupled with Bibarel is a dread combo. You have 2 Bibarel and a Corvette. Listen, you're cycling cards and you're digging in your deck real brutal. Real nice for consistency, and it works well in the Oink Alone. I have to say, it's a really nice combo. That's Corvette. Everybody should have one. And partnering here with this Corvette, we have Nestball, not a new card, but a comeback card that I just can't seem to get, and I need Nestballs for all my decks, so I need to really get on that. Probably 2 play sets or more I need to get, and I have with them this number here. This position number 3 is a trio for the 3 is Beach Court. Beach Court is another staple stadium, reducing that retreat cost. I have a Lost Zone deck, which is probably the only deck I could run at the moment in this format. No, a lie, I can't run none of my deck. I need Nest Balls. But Beach Court is a staple I personally need. So that is why this thing's so high up in this list here. And coming into the top 2, we have the top 2 boys. And these here, I don't have them, but these are the top 2 new cards that I want to definitely, once given a chance, make decks out of. And coming at number 2, I have my Rideon EX. Oh my goodness, I have a Rideon deck with the Regieleki Dem in the live, and I love and enjoy playing it. It has its weaknesses, and the weaknesses that slap hard. That is M1 prizes on them. But listen, I love a beatdown deck. I love a deck that could hit hard in the first turn, going second. And my Rideon is just that. Alright? And coming in at number 1, which could have easily be replaced by my Rideon, but I really had to make a decision who I really want to play more. And that is number 1, Carib EX. Now, we had sightings at this performing well in Japan. When the set was released, I couldn't figure it out. And then as soon as the set launched on the Pokemon TCG Live, I made the deck, and it has its kind of thing. It's difficulty, but for me, my experience with playing the Gardevoir, I see it as a really dread comeback deck. You cannot count the Gardevoir out just so. You feel you're winning, and then Gardevoir come and start to slap you up and get on real bad, right? And as much as I like the beatdown potential of my Rideon, Gardevoir being that fighter that will stay in the fight and make a turnaround, I love that comeback idea. I would really like to build a Gardevoir deck to take to a local tournament, and that is why it is my number 1. Alright, so now I want to hear from you guys, the Carib Nation, Carib girls and boys. All tell me what card all you want to play, what card you're marking. Is there a deck that you want to build the most? Are you excited? You built it already? Tell me, I just want to hear from all you. Alright, all you know what to do. beat up that like button, bust a subscription. This is your boy Carib Boy, out again.